So on November 4th, 2019, I started this little Marvel Future Fight tracker on Google Sheets, right? And yeah, I know what you might be thinking. Maybe it's a little bit obsessive for a mobile game. And it is. I think I had a lot of time back then. But I wanted to use this tracker for multiple purposes. And the main purpose I wanted to use it for was to keep track of my World Boss entries and of the rewards I got from World Boss, mainly CCF. So, yeah, I'm showing it off here. I decided to do it today because it's the 1 year anniversary of when I started recording my World Boss runs. So, let me show you how it looks right now. So, you have the date over here on the far left, the boss. It lets you it has a little drop down menu that lets you pick. I haven't put null here yet because I haven't unlocked him yet, but eventually I will add him. Then I can put the stage over here, and then I put the CCF amount. There's an awakening crystal column because I don't know if you guys remember, but we did used to get awakening crystals from World Boss at a point in time. So yeah, the booty box over here, it lets you select either none or what rarity your box is, and of course Odin's blessings, right? Mainly there's 0 and 1, but you can put multiple values. You can put a 2 there. It won't damage the code, and it's not very complex. I think it might look a little daunting. There's 5 runs here. Here we have a column for booty box CCF, trying to keep track of what I get from booty boxes. Bonus CCF kind of pertains to all the other CCF you get beyond booty boxes and world boss. So that's from random rewards that the devs give. That's from the Crystal Core event. That's from token events, though I don't think I've ever purchased from a token event. I might eventually, but that's beyond the point. But yeah, that's what this pertains to basically. And this is the CCF I get on a daily basis. I think it's this CCF column is the addition of the booty box bonus CCF and the CCF on all sides. And I think it's worth factoring in the booty box and bonus CCF because that will, on a more realistic, objective basis, it does contribute to how much CCF you get in a day. And so that's what I wanted to get. So there's Awakening Crystals also. There's Odin's Blessings. So yeah. And you can see from the date over here, I've done this every day. Oh shoot. I've done this every day since November 2019. So yeah, there it is. Now you might have noticed a few blue columns over here. These are some, I put them where there are notable events that changed in World Boss. So for this one, V57 update, the CCF rate was increased. So I tried to see if, that factored in. We'll get to that when I show the results, right? So that's the first significant event. And then here, March 18th, update V59. Awakened crystals were removed from World Boss. When were they included? Did I not put that? Here you go. Awakening crystals added to World Boss. Alright, so at that point. So it's very short-lived. You can see it's 0 from that point on, but yeah. What happened here? The resistance feature was added to World Boss. I wasn't sure if it would affect the rewards I get from World Boss. I don't think it has for the most part, but it's nice to be able to look back on things like that. And I don't think World Boss has been significantly changed from that point on, right? Maybe I should put the fact that null was introduced recently. I don't know. I'll think about it, but yeah, it might complicate things. So over here on the far right are the juicy stats. You can see I've recorded for 367 days. In 367 days, and these are all the stats and all that. So total CCF, total Odin's Blessings, total Awakening Crystals, and then I have fun stats like average CCF, standard deviation, blah blah blah. Nerd stuff like that. I have breakdown of like how many times I've beat specific world bosses, how much CCF I get per boss per run, and I also keep track of the characters that I've awakened or tier 3'd so that I can kind of get a grasp of how much CCF I spend on a yearly basis and see how much more or how much less I get. Alright, so I don't want this video to be entirely, consisting of looking at a Google sheet. So I'm just gonna bring up interesting stats when I mention them, and I'm gonna discuss some interesting stats. In the background, you'll be watching me do my world boss run for November 4th. This will be the last entry on my tracker as of recording. So if you saw the results, then you already spoiled how these runs go. But yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, I've been recording for 367 days. I've gained a total of 15,690 CCF in that span of time. I've earned 82 Odin's Blessings from World Boss. This includes the one from Conqueror level, by the way. So yeah, that's a lot of Odin's Blessings. I've earned a total of 3,075 Awakening Crystals in the short amount of time they were available in World Boss. So make of that what you will, I suppose. I think the interesting thing is the Odin's Blessings, because that's in a year. I think that's a lot. I think that's a really good return. All right, we're gonna look into the more nerdy stats here. Average CCF I get per day. Now, this is something that players might, question me about, because I don't know. I feel like I've seen that a lot of people get on average around 20 CCF per day, and I don't know if I'm just lucky or something, or if they're wrong, or I don't know. But my average CCF per day is 42.75. I got roughly 43 CCF a day. Now, granted, that comes with a standard deviation of about 34. That means I could get anywhere in between 8 or 77 CCF, roughly, right? Which is a huge variation. But it's been pretty consistent for a while, that 42. Now, interesting thing I do want to note also is that I did get an increase in my CCF yield when they said they would bump the rates up by 1.5. Now, the increase isn't exactly 1.5, as you can see. Prior to that update, I was getting 39 CCF a day, roughly. And after that, I was getting around 43. So, I don't know, make of that what you will, but I guess that this is proof that they did increase the CCF yield. Another thing I see people complaining about is the amount of times that they go without any CCF in a day. I wanted to record also, so I took note of how many times there were zeros in my CCF yield in a day. And the result was I got 61 days without CCF. So 367 days, 61 out of those 367, I did not get any CCF, which I think is a small amount. And it's roughly, I don't know, one-fifth of the time. So like, 1 in every 5 days you're not going to get CCF. Okay, now that I think about it, that might be a lot-ish. I don't know. I feel like, it's kind of small, especially when you look at the average CCF though. I don't know. I feel like I really can't complain about the CCF that I'm getting, even if I get some zeros. And it's very rare also for me to get like consecutive days without CCF. So I don't know. I'm just sharing that information. Average CCF per day when I was getting Awakening Crystals. 43.9. I don't know if that's interesting to you, but yeah. My highest CCF yield in a day now. This is 147 CCF, and mind you, that is without any bonus crystals. No, not crystals. CCF. No booty box CCF. No bonus CCF. This is from a Thanos World Boss run, I believe. I'm double checking now. Yep, it is from a Thanos World Boss run. No booty boxes. No bonus shenanigans. I got 147 CCF in a day. Has anyone gotten higher? I don't know. Probably. But this is my highest. So, just flexing. But yeah. Alright, so we're gonna move on to my world boss stats. The world boss that I fight the most is surprisingly Thanos. I feel like I do it for the CCF. Every time I get him as my world boss of the day, I do his challenge, and I think it shows just how much CCF you get, right? He's head and shoulders above every other boss that I fight in terms of average CCF per fight. With 10. You average 10 CCF when you fight Thanos. And then next is Ebony, because I think Ebony is just really, really easy. And then Cull, and then Corvus, and then of the Black Order, Proxima Midnight is the one I fight the least because she is just so freaking annoying. But yeah, uh, s- and then it's a pretty big drop when you compare it to the mutants on the right side of the world boss screen. Scarlet Witch, Apocalypse, Cable, they're up there. In comparison to Quicksilver. Quicksilver I tend to not do because I am stuck there. I don't have Quasar to get past stage 19. So I feel like the return is not good enough to be able not to be able, to do Quicksilver, Yeah, I'm already getting crappy rewards in terms of not getting BAM or Norn Stones. And I'm also not getting high Conqueror level because I'm just doing stage 19. So I just don't do it. So yeah, there's that. And then here is the calendar for when I tier 3 characters. On June 14th, 2018, I tier 3 Iron Man, who was my first tier 3. And yeah, and you can see all my tier 3s. I mean, if you want to see all my tier 3s, you can just go to my profile. But yeah, here it is. It's interesting though, because the amount of CCF that I've spent per year has been constantly on the rise. And I'm the type of player that drains my CCF. So like, as soon as I get enough CCF to tier 3 someone, I tend to just flush it down and invest in them. Less so nowadays, but that has been the case most of the time. So in 2018, I spent 4,400 CCF. In 2019, I spent 10,000 CCF. And in 2020, so far, with 2 months to go, I've spent 12,440, which I think does reflect that we are getting more CCF, which means that, I don't know, it's only good, right? Maybe I don't think people are complaining so much about CCF nowadays. I don't know if they are, but I just wanted to show my findings anyway. So why do you care about my future fight tracker? I don't know. Why did I show this? Well, I guess I just wanted to reflect the fruits of my findings. I spent a year doing this, and it'd be pretty sad if it's all been a waste of time. But I think this might be, I guess conclusive evidence about how much CCF an average player gets per day. Mind you, I never spent a cent buying any CCF or anything like that. So all of this is organically from playing the game normally and farming world boss every single day, 5 times a day. Now, granted, the experiment may have its flaws in that I am just one player. So maybe if another player could do this for a whole year, try and, corroborate the findings that I have. Wow, I sound like a real researcher, huh? But yeah, if anyone wants to do this or show me the results, because I don't know anyone else who does this, I'd love to hear it if anyone does. But yeah, as far as I know, this is pretty conclusive evidence about how much CCF a person is expected to get in a day. And mind you, the average CCF I get in a day has been at 40 something since, I don't know, since about June. So it hasn't really fluctuated that much. I guess I also wanted to showcase in the data that I have the way that Marvel Future Fight distributes CCF on a daily basis isn't such a bad thing. Because, yeah, of course there have been times that when I get the 0 CCF in a day, I feel bad, right? I feel like I wasted a day grinding the materials. But then when I look at it in a big picture like this, when I look at the like over a year, I have 40 CCF per day still throughout, even in spite all of those times I got no CCF. I really can't complain about it looking at this. So I feel like I do want to encourage players to look at the bigger picture as well with this research. I don't know, what do you guys think? Maybe I'm just really lucky with the CCF. I don't know if anyone else gets CCF this much on a regular basis, or maybe I'm on the low side. Maybe people are getting like 50 CCF a day or 60. I don't know. I would love to know. If anyone else does this, again, let me know. Or if you want to try this, feel free to. If I don't know if you guys want a copy of this tracker, if you can make it, I might make it available if people request it. But yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to show you the findings. You can tell I really love this game. I'm really invested in it, which is why the boycott really pains me. Marvel Future Fight, please fix your game. But yeah, I've been talking for too much now. Just wanted to share my findings. I hope that you're able to take something away from it. And as always, thank you so much for watching.